Well, we finally did it. We finally did it. Yesterday, October 1st, 2024, we went live with our online community. Hello, everybody. This is D, and welcome to episode 137 of the Benzo Podcast. How y'all doing? I'm going to try to keep this one brief today, although I've said that before, but I'm going to try anyway. Maybe this time I'll actually do it. What I want to do today really quickly is touch base with you, check in with you, and let you know that this community is out there and that I hope you might check it out and tell you why I think it might be a good idea for you to do that. And then sign off and let you do your thing. But first, let me just check in one-on-one on the Benzo front, because that's what we do. That's who we are. We are Benzo people. That's not a good name for us, is it? I don't think any of us want to be defined as any one thing, especially the one thing that may have disrupted our lives so completely for some time. You know me, I'm 12 years on clonazepam or Klonopin, and tapered off that over 18 months, and now I am 10 years benzo free. I did that in August. I want you all to know that I'm doing much better. My symptoms have been getting significantly better, and that's good. I still have symptoms I've had, especially the ones I've had for a long time, the ones that have been part of my life that I've gotten accustomed to. Most of those are just annoyances, and I can live around them, and I've been working with them. But the few waves I've had over the last few years, some of those have come on pretty strong. The most recent one was the nerve pain, especially in my foot, but also throughout the body. I can tell you right now it has subsided 95%, and that's huge. That is huge, and we have to celebrate those victories. We really need to. I had the stabbing foot pain hit me last Saturday for the first time in a month and a half, I think, which is incredible because it was hitting me 1 to 2 times a day during the height of it. I had at one point, it hit me 4 times. I think I've had a few days where it hit me 4 times in a day. But to get it to where it is once a month is incredible, even though it's a extreme shooting pain that I don't know where it's coming from and isn't a lot of fun. Boy, I tell you, when you lessen off of a really bad symptom, you realize what you can live with compared to where you were. And I think many of us have been there. Many of you have been there. Many of you have shared with me what it's like to have been there. I recently heard a couple stories from some colleagues and other friends and other people from the podcast of success, people who have been having a lot of success lately. I don't know if it's just, a window of success, as we might call it, but it's been really good to hear that, and I still am hoping people will send in to me success stories. We want to start sharing some of these. In fact, I think that might be one of the spaces or places we will add on to our new community. A place for us to really to share those and talk about those and compare those. I think that's an awesome idea, and maybe we'll just do that. So let me know what you think about that idea. I think that's a good place to do it. But I wanted to, before I just jumped into the community, which seems promotional, because in some way it is, I wanted to touch base with you and see how you're doing, see how the people around you are doing, see what you're dealing with right now, if you're still struggling to find a doc, if you're still struggling to figure out your taper, if you're still struggling to figure out if these lingering symptoms of bind are ever going to go away. And I wish I had all the answers for you. I really do. But that's rarely the case. What I do have is hopefully a friendly voice, a connection, somebody who's been there, somebody who gets it, somebody who has compassion, and somebody who will help to encourage you to do what you can and what we can to help you get better. And that might be a good segue because that's exactly what this online community is. And let me tell you just a bit about it. But we'll talk a little bit throughout this too, but I want to make this, I don't want to talk too long because I got to get back to work. Um, but I want to let you know, this is a community I've been planning on doing for over 3 years. I've had this idea a long time ago. I've really been wanting to do it for some time. I wanted to have a place where we could talk about our problems, where we could talk about the issues we're going through, where we could talk to each other. We could talk to some guides and some instructors. We could communicate more openly. We can have live video feeds. We can have classes. We can have Zoom calls. All underneath one umbrella, one place that you can go and find all of this. And a place where it's not just benzos, although benzos are a big chunk of it, but also it's just anxiety, and also it's chronic pain, and also it's whatever condition, other medications you're dealing with, whether it be antidepressants and stuff like that, but a place where you can just work through your issues and try to find a way to a better life. Because I know there are things we can do to make this process that we're going through go better. I found them. Many other people have found them. There are things we can do. And one of the things that already has been tossed around on the site, because we opened this yesterday, is about not going through it alone. It's about going through it with other people. Never do it alone. Build that team around you so that you can get through this. You need support. And would it be nice if you had one place, not just an online forum where anybody can come and go and there's bots and there's trolls and everything, or Facebook where there's ads and all this kind of stuff and all these other things jumping around and you don't know where the information is coming from, but a place that's dedicated to what we're dealing with, dedicated to our struggle, dedicated to us finding our way back. Not finding our way back, finding our way to a better place. Not just back, but a better place. That's what this site is dedicated to. So let me tell you just a bit about it, and then I'll get off and we'll talk again. Just so you know, today I am talking about this online community, but I will be getting back to regular subjects on the podcast too, and maybe I'll get another one out here mid-month. And of course, don't forget to go over and tap into the Uneven podcast, because I've talked a little bit about this community there, and that one will be more of the flagship for the community. But I want you to know that this community, a big chunk of it, and probably more than half of it, is going to be still Benzo People, because that's my core base. So there is a dedicated benzodiazepine group, significantly, that'll be growing inside this community. But you also can access information on anxiety, and anxiety for caregivers. And a place for caregivers, and a place for other people and other interests, and we're going to talk about things. So let me tell you about it real quickly. The name of the community is simply Uneven. I went with the name Uneven because some of us struggle more than others. Some of us are hit by more bad things than others. It's unfair. It's uneven. That's life. And we're dealing with that. The other side of uneven is also that struggle comes and goes. We have good days. We have bad days. We have good years. We have bad years. It comes and goes. It ebbs and flows. It's a roller coaster. It's uneven. So I really like the term because it fits what's going on in two areas, is that we have the opportunity and even the responsibility to find a way to make our lives better. But it's hard to do that alone. You don't have to do this alone. We are here to help. So we have a very easy domain. It is uneven.life. Uneven.life. If you go there right now, you can log in and join the community. It's that simple. Who is this for? Like I said, it's for anybody struggling with life, anxiety, and or the complications of anxiety medication or benzodiazepines. But also open to people with chronic pain or mental health disorders or trauma or grief or depression or other medication issues like, while we don't specialize in antidepressants or other medication, we can definitely make spaces for that and have areas for people to talk about that because there's so much crossover. We need to make that open so that people who have multiple medications or having different problems or are struggling with things can have a space here. And we also have dedicated spaces here for caregivers and for caring professionals. We got spaces for that already set up. So we want you to come on board too, and we have dedicated places to do that. And the reason I say spaces is this is what's beautiful about this community that we built, is that it's built around spaces. So basically sub areas or subgroups of this community. Everything's kind of built around that. And we have subgroups or sub areas, we call them spaces. For anxiety, we have a subspace, we have a space for anxiety, a space for benzos, and that one may grow to be multiple spaces. We have a space for caregivers, general topic spaces on relaxation. We have a whole space that is called Smile, and it's my dog's space. It's Murphy's smile space, and it's just happy things. Posting animal memes, your pet memes, posting jokes, fun things, light things, happy thoughts, anything that's positive. You can go to that space, log in that space, and you'll see those as they come through. Everything's built on those spaces, and then you have these global areas. You can go to your global activity feed, and you can see all the content that's rolled up there that you joined. That's what's nice about these spaces is you join them or unjoin them. And if you join them, you see the content and you can post there. If you unjoin, you're not bothered by it. You get to pick what you see and don't see on this space, depending on what interest you have. I think that's really nice to have, and I'm really glad that this software has that. When is the launch? When does this go? It already launched yesterday, but this is a pre-launch, okay? Right now we are online with our pre-launch, meaning for the next 3 months, October 1st through December 31st, through the end of 2024, we are building out this site. There's going to be problems. There's going to be cracks in there. There's going to be features being added. There's going to be guidelines being modified. We're going to be working on this nonstop for 3 months straight. And we want you to help us do that. We want you to come aboard and help us build this out. This is that pre-launch timeframe. And then sometime in early January 2025 is our official launch of the site. And that's when it goes big time, hopefully. Well, maybe big time. We'll see how it goes. Is there a cost? That's a question. I'm looking at my notes. I wrote, is there a cost on my notes? And so that's what I'm coming to. Yes, there will be. Okay, but right now, if you log in and you come join us, it is completely free for the rest of the year. And no credit cards required. So if you go to uneven.life right now, join the founding members plan, you can come right onto our site, and for 3 straight months, there's no cost whatsoever, no credit card whatsoever. You're part of it. You get to test it out. You get to help create it. And then when January rolls around next year, you can decide, hey, do I still want to be a part of this? And if you do, you can sign on at a discounted rate throughout the rest of 2025, or you can just say, no longer interested, and walk away. It is your call. But you get to help us make this into what you want. So hopefully we have done that, and you're not going to want to go anywhere. Why am I charging a fee? 4 real quick reasons why I have to charge a fee. One is it's a gateway. If you're familiar with the internet, fee-based sites have far less trolls, less bots, less problems, because it's kind of this gateway for intentioned individuals, whether it be a bot or whether it be an actual person, from coming in, because it's going to cost them money to do so. Second, it allows us to grow and add premium content. The more revenue we can bring in, the more features we can add, more people we can invite in to speak, the more research we involved in, the more courses we can offer, the more meetups we can schedule in person. All this stuff we can do because we have some revenue finally and can help to handle things. Third, I wanted to create a home for lived experience individuals for a long time. So this is people, not only for those who are needing the help, but once they started to get a little better and they've wanted to give back, I've always wanted to have a place where that can happen. And this is that place. we're going to have guides. In fact, we already have a couple, and we're adding them on as we speak. And guides are individuals who have been through this, been at it for a long time, learned a lot of things, and are wanting to help us manage this site. They'll be the administrators, they'll be the moderators, they'll be the content creators, they'll even be our instructors. And I want to create a place for them to be, not only here, but as we start to generate some revenue, I want to reimburse them for their time. At some point in 2025, those guides, I'm looking to reimburse them as best I can for their time. And fourth is a selfish one. I need to make some money. I published my book back in 2018. Before that, I was writing it for several years. I've been at this for almost 10 years. And not one of those years have I ever made any money, because my costs and expenses from hosting podcasts and all the stuff that I do has always offset the money I've brought in, whether it be through some side work here or there, or whether it be my book's income, or the really, really, really generous donations some of you have made. That's been awesome. That's helped to offset some of my expenses. But I have never brought in steady income, and I need to make a living. I need to find a way to make this sustainable, what I'm doing. I want to keep doing this. I want to still keep helping people. I want to still, make life better for people if I can help do that. But I need to make a living doing it. Otherwise, I just can't keep doing it. So that's kind of where that's at. So some things really quickly that are on this site. A whole bunch of stuff. It has an interactive welcome guide, a checklist to sign you up. In 10 minutes, you're up and running, and it walks you through it. It's really easy to come on board, really easy to figure out. It's a streamlined site. This is not complicated. I love that. It's clean, simple interface. It is a private network, which means no ads. Your data will not be sold. It is protected place. Even your email that you use to log in to get into your site, none of the people on the site ever see that email. It never goes outside the site. It is protected by the platform we're on and by our protection thing. So it's protected. It's protected is what I'm saying. A lot more protection than when you're out on Facebook, when you're on Instagram, when you're on all these places, Discord, all these other places. We really protect your information, your privacy, and that's important to us. We have direct messaging. We have chat rooms. We have threaded chats. We have dedicated topic spaces, as I mentioned. We have polls, prompts, posts, questions. Right now, I have several questions and polls out there that are running live on the site. And you answer live, and then you get to see what the group has responded back, and it can start a discussion. You can chat on it, all kinds of fun stuff. We'll have member-only live events. There'll be a lot of events that only the members of this site get to access. There'll be some podcast episodes that only members of this site might be able to access. You have your own personal profile page that's really easy to set up. You can set it up in a couple minutes. We have a global search feature, so you can search the entire site for what you're looking for and find content on Benzo Belly or content on Bind or whatever, because so-and-so posted this yesterday or so-and-so had this discussion in this room the other day, and you can find this stuff easily. And then in 2025, we will be adding specialized support groups, probably coaching services, and the big thing is we'll be bringing out courses. 2025, we'll be launching some courses. Not just me, but our guides will start to teach some courses. There'll be an extra fee, but that fee will be discounted for founding members, which are you people who have signed up now. And so that's another benefit of that. And the main asset of this whole site is the people. It's the people. I've been around this community for 10 years. I've picked up a few things. I've been on multiple research teams and published multiple research papers and peer-reviewed journals, and I helped form one of the largest Benzo action work groups in Colorado, which became a national group and is still thriving and going strong. And I've done 2 podcasts and created 3 support sites and worked with some of the largest groups out there as colleagues and on different teams and stuff. So I've been in and out of this more than, I would say, most people. A very few people who have been as involved as I have in the benzodiazepine community. So I get it. I've been there. I understand it. I've been through it. And I want to provide some of that information back. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything by far. There's a lot of people that know things that I don't know. but I've learned a few things along the way, and I would love to be able to share that with you. The main place I learned things is working with you through the Benzo Free Podcast. I have worked with hundreds of people through the Benzo Free Podcast, and learned so much about what you've been going through and what you've shared with me and your stories. And that helped me a lot to create this picture of the bind patient, of the tapering patient. And I get it. I am still one. I understand it. But mostly I've worked with you all, and I think I bring that knowledge base to the table. And I'm hoping that's valuable to people. I hope it is. But I hope I'm also not egotistical about it, because I know what I don't know too, and there's a lot I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I don't know medical supply. I don't really know. I don't know much on the taperings, because I know what I did. There's a lot of areas I don't know. I need help, and that's the other piece when I mention people. Our guides are going to be some of the best people in the industry that have experience that is equal to mine or rivals mine, and we're going to be bringing those people in too as guides and instructors and stuff. So we are bringing the best of the best here to you. The objective individuals, not individuals who are just trying to make a quick buck, which I know some people may think this community is doing that, but I promise you, you've known me long enough, most of you have, to know that's not my goal, because I would not have done this for free for many, many years if all I was out for was a quick buck. I think you understand that, but these guides will come in and help and be that. The people, the knowledge of the people that we can provide, I know will be rival to none. So it's a very good place for us to hang out. And we are not rivals, okay? That's the other thing I want to make sure you all understand. And I've made sure my fellow organizers and fellow leaders in the organizational committees, fellow leaders in the Benzo community understand that we still just want to work with everybody. We are not competing with any organization. We are going to work closely. I've already been in communication with the Alliance for Benzodiazepine Best Practices. That's always a hard one to say. The Alliance for Benzodiazepine Best Practices, Benzodiazepine Information Coalition, Benzo Warrior, and others, the Benzo Reddit group. I've already been in communication with these teams, and we're already bringing them on board as a specific affiliate members, and we're going to start doing cross promotion and speaking on each other's groups, and so this will be integrated within the community. I'm not competing with anybody. What I want to do is to help all these organizations thrive by supporting each other. That's the way I've always done it, through easing anxiety, through the podcasts, and that's how we're going to keep doing it with this community. I just need to make this community have one that has that generates some revenue too. And so that's the only other piece on it. But I'm not looking to be competitive. I'm looking to be collaborative. Oh, remember when I mentioned about this being short? You know me, it doesn't go so well. Let me just look at my notes and see if I missed anything. Okay, why sign up now? The last thing here, and then I'll get off. I'll get off the... Sorry, shouldn't have left it drop right there. One more thing, and then I'll get off the podcast, and I'll let you go. Is why sign up now, especially since it's in pre-launch? And number one, there's some key perks you get if you join this committee. Yeah. If you join this community, let me slow down. See, I do naturally start to talk fast when I get excited, and you can tell I'm excited about this, because I really am, and I can't wait to see you all come on board. And when you do, please let me know you're there. You can chat with me. You can see me on the members list. You can see me different places. You'll see my name on a post. Just click on my picture on any post on there, and it'll bring up my little bio, and you can click on chat, and you can send me a note and say, "Hey, D, I'm here," and I will write back to you. I promise you. I want to see you on there. I'm looking forward to that. I really am. But if you sign on now, so if you come and join us now, again, totally free for the rest of the year, and no credit card required to sign on. If you choose to stay with us in January, that's when we'll tell you about the plans, and that's up to you. So right now, free membership through the rest of 2024. if you sign up. And that also includes a discounted membership for all of 2025, only available to founding members. If you sign on now, you are a founding member. That's a title that will stay with you. You get the benefits of a small community. Right now, we have 20 people online right now. 20, that's what signed up since we launched this yesterday. That's pretty decent, actually. We got 20 already. That's pretty cool. It's a small community right now, and for the next few months, it definitely will probably still be that way, which means for me and for the other guides, you have our ear. You have access that nobody else has, really. So we can work with you on things. You can ask questions. We'll have, some live streams. You may be in a one-on-one or one-on-three or one-on-five, Zoom call with us, with the guides, and being able to talk through things. This is something we can do right now because we're so small. And we hope to keep some of these groups small too. And as the whole community grows, we'll add more spaces to do that so that we can still have some small spaces. But right now, you have our ear. And also, I mentioned that I am hopefully one of the assets of this. I hope you might see me as maybe an asset if you come join on. But this is where I spend all my time, or most of my time, going forward and now. I have spent last few months building this thing out and putting it together, and now this is where I'm going to be most of the day. You want to talk to me? This is where I'm at. Okay? If you want to send a question to me, this is the place to do it. This is where I'll be spending my time. So it's a great place to come on and say, hey, D, what's going on? I'm going to get back to you. I got it on my phone. I got the app on my phone, and yes, there's a really nice app, and that's awesome. So you can download the app. It has all the functionality that the website does too, so you can access it from any device you want to. But I'll have the phone on me. I see when things come through. I have it on my computer. I see when things come through. I'm going to stay on top of this. As we add guides, they will help me to monitor this. This is a moderated site. We are moderating some of the content, but we also want to make sure we encourage and allow freedom of expression and freedom of communication. So you'll see our guidelines. If you like them, come join us. If you don't like them, suggest something, or don't join us, and that's okay too. The other two perks is you get founding member status, I mentioned, which means anyone who joins during 2024, during this period, is considered a founding member. You will always be a founding member of this community going forward. And you even get a founding member badge that stays on your profile and other perks. This offer expires December 31st, 2024. Anybody who signs on after that is not a founding member, only this group of people. And you have access to the Founders Club. The Founders Club is a dedicated group only for the founders of Easing Anxiety, for founding members, legacy members, and some of our guides and people, affiliate members that sign on. It's just for that select group. Anybody who signs on after the first of the year does not have access to the Founders Club, and this is our brain trust. You all are the ones that we're going to go to as guides to ask questions and help us design and help us build. And also it's a place for you to communicate with other people that have been long-term loyal members of this site. So you have your own space, own activity feed, chat room, everything just for the founders. You'll have that access. That's it. So those are the perks you get by signing on now. If you go to uneven.life and you click on signing on as a founding member, you can be online in a minute or two, and you can start to communicate. Please stop by, chat, see me on a post, see my name, see my picture somewhere. I'm all over the place there. And tell me you're online. I would love to hear from you. I want to write back. And please, if you log in, put a picture up. I really would love to see you put your own picture up. If not, I understand, but I highly encourage people to use their actual name. Again, if you're worried about that, you can use something slightly different, but please try to put your name and put your picture up. And then also write in the mini bio, write in the description. The mini bio is one sentence. The description is a short paragraph about yourself. That's really, really helpful to us, okay? Because we're trying to create a friendly, easily accessible community so that when people come on board, they see all these people and they see these descriptions and they see their faces. And that just eases people's minds. It eases some of the stress. It eases some of the anxiety. Because now we're in a group of other people that get us. And that's the main thing. This is a community of other people who get it. We get it. We've been there. Many of us, like yours truly, is still there. We know what you're going through. We don't know the specifics. Maybe ours is slightly different, but we get it. Every guide and every host, I'm the host here, has lived experience. We're all part of this. This is a peer-led, goal-oriented site. We all have lived experience. We all get it. And we all are trying to help you find a connection and find a path to make your life better. I hope you'll check us out. I really do. That's all I got for you today. Thanks again for tuning in. Keep calm, taper slowly, and take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Hey, this is Dee. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out our podcast. I do need to remind everyone that this podcast is for informational purposes only and should never be considered medical, psychological, or professional health advice of any kind. You can read our full disclaimer on our website at easinganxiety.com/disclaimer. Also, if you or someone you know is dealing with significant mental health issues, please seek professional help. Resources can be found in our show notes and on our website at easinganxiety.com. Thanks again for stopping by, and remember, keep calm, taper slowly, and take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.